Hello, hello, JJ Sports Cards. Let me see. Let's see here. Let's do iPhone with camera. All right. Hey guys, type something if you can hear me. What's going on, Ryan Rossi, Chubbs, Will Hotchkiss, Acapulco Gold, Charles, card collecting with Owen. Hey, what's going on, guys? I wanted to do a something live real quick, and so I had two of these boxes. I'm not sure which one I want to break, so I just said I'm just going to go live and break them. So I'm going to let you guys vote. Do you want me to do the 1988 OPG Type 1 in the comments? If you want to do another box of the 92 Topps Archives Type 2 in the comments. And then we'll go from there, all right? So I'm getting a PSA, another PSA submission together. I'm trying to get 200 cards. Right now I'm at like 163. So I'm hoping to pull some PSA 10s out of one of these two boxes. Hopefully some Jordans out of here. And out of the 88, if we choose to do that one, some Barry Bonds or... who else is in here? Pretty much, I just want some Barry Bonds out of the OPG. So let me know what you guys want to see. One or two. One for the OPG, two for the basketball. I'm seeing a lot of twos. Man, it's a tough call. Two twos. Yeah, man, I'm feeling the basketball as well. I'm still gonna open the OPG. Hey, what's going on, Nico? Here, you know what? I'm gonna switch this over because I got so much stuff going on. Let me see if this works better. Okay, so my chats are right there. The camera's right there. Nope, not gonna work. All right. So let's do the camera right here. Fuck it. All right, guys, bear with me for a second. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. I decided to do this at the last minute, just go live and break these boxes with you guys. Let's see. What's going on, Charles, Frank, Gonzalez, Jerry? Wow, a lot of you guys in here. So I'm just going to do the basketball, all right? Let's go ahead and see if we can pull any Jordans in the basketball. So if you guys saw the other box, I got one Jordan. And I'm going to submit that to PSA. Like I said, I'm doing a PSA submission. I got 163 cards. Right now, I'm trying to get to 200. So hopefully I get some good-looking candidates out of here. And I'm going to be try to go a little faster than normal. However, if I see a Jordan, I'll probably slow down. Let's just dump them out. All right, guys, this is the first box break that I'm doing live. It's something I'm probably going to start getting into. I want to start getting into just to make it easier and more entertaining for you guys. When I do it live, you guys get to see like behind the scenes, all the errors I make and, the goofy comments and stuff. So let's just get into this. I'm looking for all kinds of cards. If you guys didn't watch that video, I just posted it. These were selling for $50 a piece on eBay. Now they're nowhere near that. However, I think it's going to die down a little bit and come back to that price. Maybe not as low as 50, but after a while it could. However, with all the Jordans in there, ooh, nice Hakeem Olajuwon draft pick. With all the Jordans in here and the Hall of Fame players, I think $50 was a steal, guys. and I waited to pull the trigger on them for a while. Like, I was hoping to find the Topps Gold, because the Topps Gold is on fire, and that's not going to go back down. So what's the next best thing? Just the regular base Topps Archive set. And like I said in the video, guys, this is the first. So Topps stopped making basketball cards in, I think 82. And then Fleer took over. Correct me if I'm wrong. Or maybe Fleer didn't take over until 86. But so Topps stopped in 82. They didn't have a license. And then they acquired their license in 92, which is the first Topps Michael Jordan card. And that's why I am currently obsessing with this set. And in all reality, that year, 92. And also the Shaq rookie cards in that year. So I'm thinking 92 is a year that's undervalued as far as, box breaks and packs. Not anymore as much. Like the Stadium Club Beam Team set, members only Beam Team, that went up after that video. They were already going up though. Is that a Jordan? Nope. That looks like a Jordan. That Antoine Carr. It gets me every time. So I'm going to try to, answer any questions I'm having trouble seeing. So where's everyone finding boxes of this? Type in eBay, 1993 Topps Archive. So if you guys look at the box, it's hard to tell what set this is. So if you're a seller and you're not really familiar with basketball cards, you don't know what to label this box. Like, all you can do is label it 1981, 1991 basketball box, right? Like, there's no evidence that this is a 1992, 93 Topps Archive set. So that's how I found a lot of deals, guys, because the sellers mislabeled the title on the eBay listing. So I was looking up, there's other websites that you can type in, and eBay will search different titles for you, and they'll pop up, and they're like $30, $40, dirt cheap. So be creative with your search, and you guys can find some of these for a good price. Or if you're out at a flea market or garage sale, I'm sure you guys can find some for $10, $15, $20. Like, there's a lot of sellers out there who don't really know what's in here. The Jordan potentials. I'm hoping to get more than one Jordan in this box. So like I said, be creative with the search results. When do I suggest selling Jordans? In all honesty, I mean, if you need the money, then now's a good time to sell. However, they're only going to continue to go up in value. I don't see Jordan cards getting cheaper anytime soon, okay? There's a nice looking day. Ooh, fuck. This one's nice and centered. So the last box, it was top to bottom off center, but these are looking much better as far as the centering goes. That's a really good, that's probably a PSA candidate. I like David Robinson, 90s player. Big man. If the boxes are selling for $100, I would suggest to, wait until you can find one for under that. You might luck out. $100, if you pull 4 Jordans out of it, that's a good deal. However, if you only pull one, it's just the luck of the draw. If that one Jordan becomes a PSA 10, then yes, it was a good deal. So it all depends on what you pull and the condition of the cards. Like I said in the other video, I got lucky. These boxes are in really good condition. You want to make sure they don't look like they were stored in a garage or a shed or, a basement, a muggy basement. So they got to have pristine looking exterior, the boxes do, in order for me to pay $100 for it. There's a nice looking Patrick Ewing. Del Curry, is that Steph Curry's dad? Hey, 357 Omega, am I going to the Nationals? Man, I've been talking to my wife about that. If they decide to have it, I might try to make an appearance. Nice looking Isaiah Thomas. But it all depends on if they're still having. I'm not sure. Are the Nationals still going on this year? I know it's in a couple months in July, right? Like July 28th or something. I wanted to go last year. However, my daughter was born in August, so we were kind of... Mama was pregnant, so we were kind of, you know, focused on that. And this year I have another baby coming in October. So it's just the Nationals are coming. Or going to the Nationals is difficult for me right now. So, ooh, look at that. Nicely centered. But I don't know. I'll let you guys know if I do decide to go. That way you can keep a lookout for me. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are going if they have it. David Robinson. Now, these boxes, as far as I know, don't have a Shaq rookie in them. Yet, in order to get the Shaq rookie, you have to buy the Topps Gold Archive set. And those are going up, up, up. So I can see the Shaq Topps Gold Archives going up. I was meaning to buy some PSA 9s back a couple months ago for like $30 to $40 a piece. However, they've doubled in value. So I missed the boat on that. Nice looking Patrick Ewing. Man, these cards are nice and centered. This is a very good looking box. My day job, I'm a graphic artist, so I create renderings for Mercedes-Benz, the dealerships, Hyundai, and Genesis. Our company produces those signs for the car dealerships, and I'm the graphic artist. I create the renderings to let them know what it's going to look like on their building after they've been installed. So I'm fortunate and blessed to be able to work from home. And also do this on my lunch break. Do this kind of thing on my lunch break. But my graphic artist background got me into being able to edit videos because I know I'm familiar with Adobe, Premiere Pro, video editing, and Adobe After Effects. All the Jordans found were behind Cedric Ceballos. That's interesting. Ooh, Scottie Pippen. A little bit better centering. Let's see. Atlantic City is shut down and not even close to opening. So they might move locations, the National. However, I don't see that happening. They might just cancel it because it's going to be a lot of expense to move locations or move cities. I wish they would do it in Atlanta. Then I would definitely go. It's only a 3-hour drive for me to Atlanta. Or Knoxville. Even better if it did it in Knoxville. I don't see that happening, though. No luck on the Jordans yet. Yo, what's up, Ripping for Ripkins? Man, you've been a supporter of my channel for a while. Keep up the great content. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I remember you back in the day commenting on the Kyle Ripken Jr. video I did where about the orange. Ooh, that's off center. The orange Ripken, the police issue. I think that was you. It had to have been you. Ripping for Ripkins. That's your name. Nice. This is a good, nice and center too. All these cards in this box are immaculate in my opinion. Let's look at the back. Dang, this is definitely a PSA candidate. Look at that flawless surface. And the centering is not too bad. Very, 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 very happy with this. Beautiful, dude. Man, I wish I bought more of those Topps Gold sets. They're the same cards as the Topps Gold, except for the, that little gold emblem that's down in the bottom right. So super glad I opened this box. This is going to be going in the PSA submission I'm doing. Hopefully I'll have enough cards by the end of this week. I'm going to do a video and show you guys what I'm submitting. I couldn't pull the trigger on submitting the SGC, so I just said, you know what, I'm going to do a PSA submission first, And then whatever's left over, I might consider submitting to SGC. So we'll see if I decide to do that. I still have to call out the, let you guys know who won those T-shirts. I think I'm going to pick more than 10. Nice, Hakeem Olajuwon. More than 10. I said I was going to do 10, but way too many people commented and, you know, just supported me. So I'm probably going to do more than 10 shirts. Let's see if we can pull another Jordan. Nice, Charles Barkley. Nice. All right, let's see here. What about the Topps Decades of Excellence event in Las Vegas? I haven't heard about that. Man, you really want me to go to Vegas, bro. You're always trying to get me to go to Vegas. I stay away from Vegas for a reason, man. I would get in trouble, okay? So I'm a married man with kids, and I have no reason to be going to Vegas. I would spend all my money. That's all there is to it. I would spend all my money. And no, I can't budget. Don't try to get me to budget because I can't do it. I go all in, and then I go home. Same way I do with cards. I go all in. Hey, JJ Sports Cards. Appreciate the respect, man. Thanks for watching. JJ Sports Cards. That name sounds familiar. You have a YouTube channel? Yep, looks like you do, huh? Tom Brady and Mahomes. Man, Tom Brady. I always thought his cards were too expensive. However, a lot of Tom Brady rookie cards are undervalued if you know what to look for. If you want to go cheap, he has that impact rookie. He has the press pass rookie. He has Mahomes. And the thing about Tom Brady is he doesn't really have any second-year cards. Because I try to pursue that angle and get those second-year cards. But he was a sixth-round draft pick. So I'm surprised he even has any rookie cards. Topps really screwed the pooch when they didn't make the Topps Chrome Tom Brady rookie card, didn't they? That'd be awesome if they did. The 2000 Topps Chrome. Topps Chrome had a set in 2000. However, there's no Tom Brady rookie card. They made a Bowman Chrome. All right. D. Brown. Kevin Durant. I've been meaning to look into his cards. I'm not sure. His rookie cards. I'm not sure how the market is on him. Really, there's just so many players out there to follow and obsess about, and you know, I really got to do my homework before I start buying cards. I really look into the players and watch the performance of their cards and the trends. And in my opinion, if you see some rookie cards, Hall of Fame or potential Hall of Fame players that are super cheap, why not? Especially on the flagship sets like the Topps base, Bowman base. Are these backwards? That's what I did with the Kevin Garnett. I saw that they were selling for real cheap. John Stockton. That's a nice looking card. So I picked him up, and, you know, I'm just going to hold on to him and see what happens. I might submit him or I might not, but for a couple bucks a piece, Muggsy Bogues. Space Jam. Y'all remember him in Space Jam? I mean, for a couple dollars a piece for a rookie card, Hall of Fame rookie card, if you guys think that that's a good, like watching the player and you think he has some potential, why not? You know, yo, what's up, 4K Sports? You got your shirt today? Dang, man. That was a while. It took me forever to get my shirt. But I'm glad I did. I'm surprised I did, actually. Because you're so backed up. You should post a picture on your Instagram and show me how it looks. If you didn't already. You probably did. How many cards do I have? And what are my oldest cards? I don't even know. I have too many cards. I know that. I need to start selling some. All I do is buy. I can't. There's no way I can give you an estimate of how many cards I have. I don't collect commons, okay? And you know, the non-superstar players. I got rid of those a while ago. My oldest cards, I don't really have many old cards either. Because I used to think that they were too expensive. However, that's not the case. Vintage cards are definitely underappreciated right now. Vintage baseball, football even too. There's some great vintage football players cards that are underappreciated right now. Just check the population reports, guys, and that's how I decide if it's a good buy or not. High grades with low population. For Hall of Fame players, legendary players, Walter Payton, Jerry Rice, you know, Joe Montana. There's some old school players too, but I'm not really familiar with. Man, there's a Karl Malone off center. All right, cool, man. I'll keep an eye out for that post, 4K. Flip. This box is incredibly nice. I'm hoping for another Jordan because that one I pulled, man, I'd put money on it. That's going to be a Gem Mint 10. Let's see. Love this channel. Hey, Marcos, appreciate the feedback, man. Andy D, you bought that, it was a red Bowman Chrome Refractor PSA 9? I submitted that myself, man. I had a bunch of those. I submitted like, shoot, 6. And only 2 or 3 came back PSA 9. The other ones came back 8s. I see Drew Brees cards going up this year, depending on how the Saints do. It's just, I'm surprised they go up and down, the Drew Brees cards. They're so undervalued. If you go look at the stats, Drew Brees is the GOAT when it comes to stats. I've said that countless number of times on here. Yes, Tom Brady is the GOAT to championships, but Brees, man, he is the GOAT on stats. Passing yards, completed, touchdowns, yards. He's had the most 5,000 yards seasons than any other quarterback. I think at 5. So I think over the next, in the future generations, they're going to appreciate that Drew Brees dominates the statistical side. They're going to be the resume. That's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. So I've been collecting Drew Brees and buying him up for as far as I can remember. Dang almighty. What's going on here? Another Tennessee guy. Yes, sir. Knoxville, Tennessee. Not born and raised here. I was actually born in Ohio. Yikes. So, Southern Ohio, though. Not Northern Ohio. So, technically, still Southern man, not a Yankee. Depends on how you look at it. But I'm Tennessee. Whoa. Hakeem. Tennessee is my home. It's so much affordable, more affordable. I lived out in L.A. for 7 years. Nice! Bingo bango! This one is a nice looking. Please don't tell me that corner's dinged. Okay, let's see here. Let's give the full inspection. Let's get the lamp down here. Where's the tilt? Yeah, that corner is not dinged. This is a good looking Jordan. Nice and centered. Let's see the back. Ooh, is that a little tiny bit? Little tiny bit. Nothing to sweat about though. Still, this is gem minty, guys. Number 2 in the box. Potential, another $200 card, according to eBay recent sales. Gem minty, yes. Only 10 I see. Nice, appreciate that, Jason. That's a good one. $1987 Topps. Man, gotta love that set. Gotta love that set. How many more packs? We got a couple more packs. Potential triple Jordan. However, man, those 2 that I pulled, gorgeous. So I'm so excited to get those back. Man, another Hakeem. What's a bummer? I was on PSA website yesterday looking at their turnaround times. God Almighty, 100 business days for the bulk submission. So, but it's going to be worth it. I'd rather wait 100 business days and have my cards come back in a PSA case than 20 business days and have them come back in an SGC case. That's just how I feel, and that's why it took me forever to pull the trigger on the SGC, and finally realized that, you know what, I'm just not going to do it. I took that as a sign. So I won't get those cards back until probably the end of the year. However, when I do, what are the Jordan cards going to be then? Probably at least still PSA 10s, probably at least $200, I think. But I could be wrong. Even if they're $100, that's still a win, And I don't have to sell. I can wait and hold until they go back up. Mark Price. Charles Oakley. Reggie Miller. Any Shaqs? Nope, not in this base box. The Shaqs were only inserted in the gold. Topps gold. Which I think is very odd. I'm not sure why Topps didn't put the Shaq rookie in here. Charles Barkley. Ooh, a little off center, top to bottom. Andy D, when I submit the PSA, I do the cheapest service possible. So this upcoming one, I'm doing the PSA has kind of a special going on for their members. It's $9 a card if you submit cards that were manufactured in a certain year. So I'm only going to pay $9 per card. And that's why I have to wait so long. If I wanted to increase that turnaround time, I would have to pay more. And I don't think it's worth it. I'd just rather wait. I already have, PSA is already grading one of my submissions that I submitted at the beginning of this year. They're grading it, and I'm expecting it back June, next month, June or July. Very excited to get that set back. I got tons of Shaq Scoring Kings, tons of Shaq Skyview cards, some Michael Jordan Fleer Metal cards. So stay posted for that, guys. That's going to be a big PSA reveal. I think it was 101 cards that submitted. I don't answer any SGC versus... Yeah, I answer those questions all the time. People ask me why I like SGC or PSA better. Simple. The resale value. The cases are more beautiful. They have fugitive ink technology. They have way better population report. They have a lighthouse label. The labels are more attractive now, way more attractive. The cases have always been more attractive, in my opinion, even the vintage ones. I just like PSA better. That's all there is to it. And I'm finding it more and more hard to find guys who like SGC better. Unless you're brand new to the hobby, you don't know anything about grading cards, then you might be like, yeah, I'm going to go with SGC because they're cheaper and they're faster. However, when you go to sell your cards, why isn't my SGC 10 selling as much as a PSA 10? Well, bud, you chose to go with Toyota instead of Ferrari. That's why. And I wrote an article about PSA versus BGS on my PSA Collector website. If you guys want to check that out. Lots of opinions on there. Yay, what's going on, Toa? JR's Vintage, what's up, man? Haven't seen you in a while. You've been busy, huh? You sent 2 to SGC. Let us know how it goes. We're excited to see. I'm excited to see what guys get back from SGC and how well they perform. Like I said, I was trying to I couldn't figure out what cards I wanted to submit. I wanted to submit all my cards to PSA. That's how I envision the cards when I buy them. I'm like, that's going to look great in a PSA case. That's going to look great in a PSA case. So, trying to come up with an SGC order, I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. However, if you guys are trying to flip cards real quick, then yeah, SGC's a way to go. I mean, you're not going to maximize your profits, but you probably, you'll have some profits. You buy a card for $10, you spend $10 on the grading fee, and you sell it for, let's say, 30, 35, 40. That's some profit. And take all that money you make and put it in the PSA order. And there's all different kinds of angles you can take in the hobby. With John Stockton, all the options now. PSA's open, back open. They're doing specials. They're letting people know, hey, we're still here. Open for business. Everybody's open to, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, okay? That's how I see it. That's how I see it. And I still am looking at SGC cards and evaluating. Maybe if they do something with their cases and their labels and their population report, maybe I'll consider sending it to them. But, their population reports suffer, their labels suffer. Their cases, guys, I cracked the SGC case and it was super easy to open. Scottie Pippen. PSA cases and BGS cases are a lot harder to open. So I like that aspect. Ooh, Patrick Ewing, nice and centered. John Dude said John Stockton has sexy legs. BGS 10 pristine Zion selling more than Yeah, the BGS 10, they do so. Whoa, I threw a Charles Barkley. BGS 10 cards will outperform a PSA 10 on a lot of cards. However, send your cards to BGS and see how many 10s you get back. Same thing applies to PSA though. You're still, it's hard to get PSA 10s. However, it's a lot harder to get a BGS 10. Now, BGS might change it. They might start handing out those 10s even more, trying to get people to submit if they see that 10s are being handed out more frequently. However, if that's the case, the BGS 10s are going to go down in value if the population increases. That's how it works, supply and demand. So, Beckett has a tough call on that one. Does PSA give you status updates that your order is received in progress? Yep, go check their website. All right, I'm going to take a break and look at these comments, okay? When you're mailing in a card, how do you know you're getting the same card back? What do you think is going to happen? You think people think that PSA has an inventory of cards that they're going to swap out, or SGC or Beckett, whoever they're sending to? That's not the case, guys. Okay, these are huge companies. PSA is owned by Collectors Universe. They're a publicly traded company. I think Beckett is as well. They're not some shady company, a bunch of guys in their garage trying to scam people over. That's not the case, guys. You're going to get the exact card you send in, okay? I saved all my checklists thinking they might become valuable. I thought the same thing. Checklists, I thought that they were unique and going to bring some value in the future. However, not really the case. All right, guys, last pack. Basketball. I pulled 2 Fire Jordans, so I'm happy with this. So far, let's make it 3. David Robinson. Mark McGuire. Derek Coleman. Dennis Rodman. I think this is the first Dennis Rodman I pulled out of this box. Ooh, another fake Michael Jordan card. False. Farce. This Rodman's looking nice. Kevin Willis. Jay Humphreys. John Sally. Mark McGuire. Vlad Jackson. That's it, guys. I pulled 2 money Jordan cards. Very good looking Jordans. So the first box I opened, I pulled 1. The second box I opened, I pulled 2. And let's see, maybe I open up a third one. I'll pull 3 in that one. That'd be cool. And then the fourth, 4, and so forth. Let's see here. Yeah, Toa, what's surprising is there were so many of these boxes on eBay last night before I posted the video, and I made sure of that. I'm like, okay, there's going to be plenty of boxes. And I was like, there's no way these are going to be bought up. However, the horde came and bought them up like wildfire. So if you guys want one of these boxes, do what I said earlier and simply type in 1992 Archives basketball box, 93 Archives, type in 1981, 91, or 81 to 91 basketball box. Be creative with your search because nowhere on here does it say, nowhere on here does it say 1992 Topps Archives. So the sellers can get this box in like a storage unit that they won and not know what it is, and they're going to list it, Topps Archives NBA basketball. They might type that exact saying out in the title and not even say anything about 92 or 93 Archives. So be creative with your searches, guys. Check other online retailers. Amazon probably has some. Beckett.com marketplace might have some. Or just keep your eyes posted on eBay because these are listed pretty frequently. So like I said, be creative with your search, be patient, and the horde will eventually go away onto something else. And that's when after that happens, that's when I come back and look and say, okay, what's left? Is there any, anything left from the carcass? Any new listings? However, a lot of things is just tough because sellers catch on, so they'll buy a box, list it for 100, and other sellers do the research. They look and say, oh, this guy's selling it for 100. I'm going to sell mine for 105 or 115. So you might have to wait a little bit longer, or get lucky and buy it now, or have someone be creative. Be creative with your search. Thanks, 4K, man. Like I said at the beginning of this video, this was on my lunch break. I wanted to open up 2 of the OPC and the archives, and I said, I'm going to do a live video and have you guys decide. You all decided this one. Maybe I'll do this tomorrow and do it again. Open up another archives basketball box, pull some more Jordans, or I can open up that 88 OPC baseball box. I've been buying more and more boxes lately, trying to find interesting boxes with pulls. One box I've been looking at, baseball box, are the Fleer Ultra boxes, the 96 through 99 even. If you guys are into baseball, those boxes are incredibly cheap, and you could pull a gold medallion, Griffey or Bonds or McGuire or Jeter even. So I've been looking at those. However, there's not many on eBay, and the ones that are a little bit above the price range that I'm looking to buy them at, because the odds of pulling a good card are like seriously 1 in 100 packs, 1 in 200 packs, 1 in like 380, 1 in 2,880 for the Hitting Machines gold medallion insert. So those are insane odds. So I've been looking at all kinds of things. I've been trying to wrap my brain around the baseball stuff, the 90s, 94 and up. So I'm even looking in the 2003 stuff, 2004 basketball, because the 90s stuff is being, just eaten alive. So I'm trying to stay ahead of the horde. All kinds of options right now, and I'm trying to cover baseball, football, basketball. I've hardly done any football, so I'm going to keep doing these and keep interacting with you guys. I wasn't sure how this was going to go. I got 275 viewers right now, 59 likes. Nice. That's a lot, I think. I'm not sure. This is one of my first breaking live streams. How long have I been going? I was only trying to do this for an hour, so I started at it's been about an hour. So I'm going to answer some questions, and then I'm going to go back on my way and go back to work. So let me do this. Yeah, like I said, eBay, the boxes are hard to find, those Fleer Ultra boxes. And the ones that are on there are a little bit too expensive, in my opinion. So I'm just waiting. I'm also not even sure if I want to pull the trigger yet on the Fleer Ultra stuff. I might just buy the cards individually. The Metal Universe cards, the baseball, going up, up, up. Let me move this out of the way. I'm still waiting on some mail today. I'm excited to get more of these boxes I picked up. Love your videos. Thank you, Shaggy Kobos. Appreciate it, man. Will 90 Jordan inserts keep going up in your opinion? 90 Jordan, yes. In my opinion, I don't. Imagine if they started getting cheap, people are just going to buy them up. So the competition is only getting stiffer for Jordan cards and LeBron cards. Guys, across the board, the hobby is just getting so stiff, and cards are going up that I've been watching for a while. I'm kicking myself for not buying them back when they were cheap. Just across the board, the hobby is just going up, guys. So I do get asked a lot if this card is going to maintain its value and so forth. In my opinion, it's not going to get any cheaper than what the price is today across the board, guys. In my opinion, okay? Specifically, Hall of Fame players, legendary players, and players that have built their resume. Go on the baseballreference.com, basketballreference.com, and check the stats of the players and see how much of an impact they had in the game, statistically. Also, media hype as well. You guys know that you got to check the hype of the player, and Michael Jordan is the GOAT. He's a GOAT, straight up GOAT. There's no debating it for a lot of guys. And this, at the same time, LeBron James is the GOAT, and there's no debating that. You got Hakeem Olajuwon, or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is a GOAT, and there's no debating. Larry Bird, there's all different types. If you guys, and those types of cards, in my opinion, are just going to continue to rise, okay? Depending on the player and depending on the media hype, like this documentary, the Jordan cards were at a slow incline, okay? Pretty like a slow incline. Check his rookie cards and before the documentary and after the documentary. So the Jordan cards was at a steady rise in price, right? The documentary came and then they just went boop. Now, it's the chances of that graph coming back down, it's not like that. It's not like the stock of a company, Apple or anything. A player's price, once it reaches a point to a certain degree, the chances are it's not going to go back down because the hype is already there and people are already buying. So prices are going to continue to rise at a steady increase, especially with more and more people coming into the hobby globally, guys. I'm seeing it across the board. My analytics, my Google analytics, my YouTube analytics, there are people in all different countries watching my video, male and female, guys. I have a female audience. It's crazy that females are entering the hobby, and they're being welcomed with open arms, okay? It's awesome to see the growth and the explosion of the hobby, and everybody's just, it's like a community, you know? We hang out and talk cards. I wish there was hey, appreciate that tip, 4K, 100. I appreciate it, man. I got 100, right? I'm back in school, I'm used to getting like 70s, and hey, I'm lucky to get 80. But I appreciate the 100. So, like I said, guys, the hobby's blown up. People from all different financial backgrounds, especially like investors, gamblers, they don't have sports to gamble on right now, so they're buying cards. Once they enter the hobby, you guys know how hard it is to leave, okay? Once you get addicted to collecting, it's very hard to leave, right? Like you start collecting, and it's not like you're gonna be like, okay, now I'm gonna go, fly remote control helicopters as a hobby. No, you're always gonna have that itch to buy more and more cards, and that's what's happening right now. With the times that we're in, no sports gambling, no betting, the Gary V impact, all these other big YouTube channels are starting to bring more and more people into collecting. Phil's Pools, he started his channel. I see other sports athletes getting a channel evolved around sports cards, guys. Imagine what would happen if, let's say, Lil Wayne posted a video, Instagram picture of him holding a LeBron James rookie card, or even like a John Collins rookie card or something. Imagine what's going to happen to that card. People are going to want to buy his card, that John Collins card, or someone like that who's not really being looked at. Imagine all the influence that could happen if bigger outside influencers like Lil Wayne, like Jay-Z, what if Tom Brady started collecting football cards and posting pictures about it? It's going to bring all different kinds of audiences, and people are all different kinds of wealth too. People who have millions and millions of dollars, they're going to want to spend. They're going to want the best, the PSA 10s. So money is not an option or obstacle for them. The prices are going to go up even higher if that happens. You just got to think of the influence and the power of influence with everything that's going on in the hobby right now, with the YouTube channels, like I said, and Panini and Topps, they're continuing to promote their brand. So just all kinds of things, guys. The sports card hobby, I don't think it's going to go down. It's only going to go up. Larry Johnson rookie cards, is there a market? Tough. I don't think so. Check his stats. There could be. I really don't consider Larry Johnson cards PSA candidates. Yes, Mr. Card Collector, this is just the beginning, guys. That's why I've been telling a lot of you to get your sports card channel started. If you have that desire to do it, get it started now. Because like I did back in 2019, I saw the boom coming. I didn't know it was going to be this soon. I did not know. I thought I was going to have more time. So, but I saw the boom in the hobby coming because of the 2016 Donruss optic set. When Panini introduced that optic set, and I saw that they used that rated rookie design, I was hooked, guys. And that's when I started saying, "Wow, the hobby is back." We got the refractors, the holos, we got the serial number cards. The hobby is not going to make the mistake it did in the 90s, over printing the cards. 30, some say million sets of 1990 top were printed, or a million boxes. Like, if you guys ask the older guys, the hobby back then, when that happened, when the Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card era, it was huge. It was booming, and then it died. It killed itself, and then it went on a decline, and now it's back. But it's going to be bigger than ever because the hobby is not going to make the same mistake it did in the 90s. Okay, lesson learned. It's bulletproof. It's foolproof. There's no way it's going to fall off a cliff like it did. Okay, and that's my opinion, and that's why I continue to keep investing and collecting these cards, because I know in 20 years I'm going to be looking back and thanking myself. Andrew Luck's coming back? No way. He's playing in the. I haven't heard that. Gary Payton is going up. Really? It wouldn't surprise me, guys. Every cards across the board are going up. It's so crazy. I don't buy Panini Prism because I like Select and Optic better. That's all there is to it. Max Pack Breaks. What's up, man? With all the talk about SGC, do you feel it will get more respect in the market? I think it already has. If you look at the older couple months ago, it's hard to, but I think SGC already has. However, now that PSA is back and open, I think it's going to go back down. It's a tough call. PSA has established themselves already. They built their cornerstone so solid in the hobby, and they're number one for a reason. So right now, I think it's a battle between SGC and Beckett as far as who's going to be second place. Right now, obviously, it's PSA's leading it, Beckett's in second place, and SGC's third. And then you got cards like companies like 5 Star Grading Company. They do a lot of Pokemon cards. And then you have GMA, which is not the way to go. But you guys, you got to understand that doesn't mean that's how it's going to be in 5 years. Like, something can happen, and the whole market could shift. SGC could very well be number one. Beckett could very well be number one, or a company over in Australia or Germany could just come out and take over. Like, we don't know. Who knows? That's what's crazy to think about. But I think PSA has a bulletproof, solid foundation that it's going to be very hard to knock them off the pedestal and take over their place. Okay, PSA, they're owned by Collectors Universe, and they have a lot of resources and a lot of respect, and that's why they're number one. So who knows what the future holds for the hobby, especially when it comes to grading and authenticating cards. Other companies out there are starting up. They're thinking, hey, we can do something different. We can do something better. There's just so many options right now for the hobby, especially with the boom and people seeing all the money to be made, guys. I think this is a $1 billion industry. There are billions of dollars per year are spent in the cards. Dexflow Toys, PSA Collector, great video. Keep living your life with Cero Miedo. Is that your name? I appreciate the tip, man. My best MJ card. Ooh. You mean that I own or would want to own? I mean, what comes to mind is the 2003 Upper Deck Exquisite Collection Jordan, the patch autograph. Man, those are probably some of my favorite Jordan cards, or any card. Those 2003 Upper Deck Exquisite, the logo patch and the autograph cards are serial numbered. If there was any card in the world that I would want to own, it's that with the Kobe and obviously the LeBron, but they're way out of my budget. But I don't really have any notable, like, expensive Jordan cards. Just some cool the 90s inserts, like I showed you guys in my videos. I got the beam teams and the power in the keys. I got the Metal Universe stuff, the 92 All-Star card. I got a bunch of commons I'm going to get, not commons, but inserts I'm going to get graded. JR's Vintage. Yeah, I bought GMA cards or third-party grading company cards from like USA Grading and submitted them to the PSA, and they came back good grades. So, I mean, it all depends. Like I bought some GMA 10 cards. They're Gem Mint 10, and I get them, I crack the case, pull them out, and they're not Gem Mint 10. So that's why I don't like doing the GMA route. That they're gonna put whatever they want on the label just so you can come back. You'll come back and submit more cards to them. But it's a great idea if you guys are looking for cards to submit. Don't disregard those cards that are in those GMA 5-star cases or those low-budget third-party grading company cards. If they're at a good price, definitely buy them, crack the case, submit them off to PSA, and hopefully get a similar grade. Is it better for you to do direct sale from your website or eBay route? I don't sell anything on my website. I sell everything on eBay. eBay's the best way to go, I think. Mike Trout. I'd hold Trout. Yeah, that's another thing, guys. Mike Trout. Everybody's asking about, Acuna, Gleyber Torres, Juan Soto. And I'm like, how many Mike Trouts have you guys bought? Or have you looked into Mike Trout? Guys, come on. Mike Trout. Don't sell Mike Trout. I would not sell Mike Trout. I would only look into buying his cards. And I have. And they're just too pricey. But I would rather spend $700 on a Mike Trout, Bowman base than an Acuna rookie card. I would rather spend that $700 on a Trout than an Acuna or a Soto or anybody else. Pistol Pete. Yeah, I mean, his cards are interesting. I think he has a market. He was he's considered a legendary player. So if you guys like Pistol Pete, and you can see you find his cards cheap, who knows? 10-year, that's going to be a long-term investment. And that's how I like to think about my cards is 5-10 years. And on the newer stuff, yes, I'm looking to maybe sell in a year or two, or long-term. Mike Trout or Griffey? Ooh. Well, see, the thing is, that's a good question. The thing is I'm still trying to figure out, do I want to invest in Trout's second and third year cards, or would I rather invest in the Ken Griffey Jr. Tiffany cards, like the Bowman Tiffany and the Topps Tiffany and the OPC cards, which I still am. I'm still buying up those cards because I think they're incredibly undervalued. If you look at the population reports, not the base Topps, obviously. I'm talking about the Tiffany and the OPC cards. Or even 90s inserts Griffey, but man, that's a tough call. Because Trout cards are so expensive. However, his third or fourth year, fifth year cards, maybe, that's a different angle I need to look into. Is the is the Trout, Mike Trout, second and third year card. Similar to how LeBron James, I'm looking into LeBron James, fifth year, fourth and fifth year cards, you know. I haven't really looked into that. I bet they're more affordable. Even his rookie cards, you know. So I'm just a big Trout believer. Look at his stats. Look at his resume. Now that very well could just be chopped off if something happened, but I can't gamble. Not gamble, but you can't, predict that or expect that to happen. Otherwise, you're not going to buy and pull the trigger. Just like I did with the Josh Dobbs. I didn't know that he was going to get traded to Jacksonville. Wow, lots of questions. This is incredible, guys. Shoot. PSA Club, pros and cons. PSA Club membership, silver membership, $60 a year, and you have access to the bulk submission. So big time. You're saving big money. Instead of paying $20 per card, you spend $10 per card. If you're interested in submitting bulk submissions. What's your opinion with the Hall of Fame induction for baseball being moved to the next year? Do you think that we'll keep this? Shoot, I haven't really looked into that. The Hall of Fame, I kind of pay attention to, but not really. Who's being inducted? Who's elected? So it's just a tough call. Like Derek Jeter cards, I expected them to go up. However, they didn't immediately. But they slowly still are. Basketball. Kevin Garnett's didn't go up, I don't think, as much. However, they could. So I mainly look at the resumes of the players and go off of that. And if they're getting inducted, yes, I might buy a little bit more heavily. However, it's not really a huge trigger for me to pull the trigger. 2012 Chrome Refractors, Mike Trout and Bryce Harper. Nice. Those are nice. I need to look at Harper. Trout is never in playoffs, and on Angels, he will never be Jordan or Brady. Ooh, that's a interesting topic or comment. You never know, though. Jared Goff, man, yes. It's tough, man. I thought they were going to do good last year. I was buying heavily on Jared Goff. However, man, he just went downhill. But that doesn't mean he can't improve. Like, he has an arm. He has the accuracy. I don't know what happened. Maybe there was something going on between him and McVay, but they didn't do too well. Maybe it's a Todd Gurley thing. They were having issues with Todd Gurley. So who knows? I'm definitely keeping my eye on Jared Goff, though. His cards are cheap. What card boxes do you recommend for a kid's birthday, since mine is on the 24th and I was looking for something to break for a kid's birthday? Whatever they like. What kind of cards do they like? Do they like Pokemon? Do they like Yu-Gi-Oh? Baseball, basketball? Probably nothing too expensive, because you don't want them to open it up and then you watching them like in fear that they're going to drop the card or bend it or something. I would much rather, open the expensive box myself. What's my best card in my collection? I don't know. I have a lot. Modern card? I do have a $25,000 Tom Brady 2016 Optic on eBay right now. If you guys want to go put in an offer on that, it's the green out of 5. So I did get an offer on it, actually, a $1,500 offer on the 2016 Donruss Optic Tom Brady green hollow PSA 10, serial number out of 5. made me an offer of $1,500. I have it listed for $24,999. I saw the Tom Brady optics going up, so I was like, why not? I'm going to list it. And I'm just letting it sit. I do have a long lunch hour. I'm surprised I'm not getting hit up right now. But you guys are continuing to talk, so I'm going to continue to answer your questions. I was thinking about breaking the other box. However, I'll do that tomorrow maybe. Thoughts on Carson Wentz? Oh, man, I tough. It's tough. He went up. He was hot there for a minute. In 2016, he was hot. And in 2017, I sold a bunch of his cards. I submitted them. I bought them, submitted them to PSA, and sold them for pretty good money. But it's tough. Spike and McGuire cards. Not really. I haven't seen the McGuire card, Spike. I know he's in that documentary, but I don't know. It's tough. Tough call because I don't think he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. I think his 10 years is up unless he can get in through that, like the outside committee. I don't know. Tough. But I'm still a big McGuire fan. I like collecting Mark McGuire cards. A lot of his cards are cheap. That's a big reason why. I wouldn't go too heavy in him, too expensive. As far as his rookie cards go, if they're going up, that doesn't mean to buy. That means to sit back and kind of look and see what's going on, and maybe buy some lower grades. However, don't compete over the big stuff, expensive stuff. Pujols chases 700. How will it affect his cards? Ooh. Albert Pujols, man, I think his cards are. I've looked into his cards and they are cheap. What was his rookie card? 2000? No, not 2000. I don't know, but I think Albert Pujols, for the price of his cards, is an okay buy. He's a decent buy, especially if you're a Pujols fan. Like 2002 Topps Chrome, I remember that was his rookie card. I think 2001 Topps Chrome. I remember me and my buddy would go to Kmart and buy the Topps Chrome. We'd buy the Topps Chrome boxes and want to pull that refractor card. Man, that was a huge chase card for us. I think that was his rookie card year. 2001 Topps Chrome. Yeah. I mean, so, I think they are so expensive. However, check out the other options. I haven't really looked into them, but I think Albert Pujols, I think he's a good buy. He's being overlooked right now, and for the price, it's probably not that not that bad. Juan Gonzalez, OPG. Juan Gonzalez, I have one of his autographed rookie cards, BGS authenticated. I did a video on that. I was super excited to get it. He's one of those 90s players who just annihilated the ball. But Juan Gonzalez, who knows, guys? Potential. If you go back and watch those home run derbies with him, and I think Ken Griffey Jr. and Frank Thomas, maybe. What year am I thinking? 93 or 92? I was watching. I love going on YouTube and watching these old videos of basketball games, vintage home run derbies, and even back when like Hank Aaron was doing it. They have videos up on YouTube of them just doing home run derby. So I think that's what it's called, home run derby, right? So go back and watch those videos, guys. And if you like the hype of the player, who knows what the future of technology has in store for us? A company could figure out how to take those old NBA games, which are super hard to watch because they're like all grainy and stuff, and we're used to super crisp, sharp images. A company could figure out how to take that footage and turn it into high definition footage. If that happens, game over, guys. Hall of Fame players. If we are able to go back and watch all those games, the battles between the legendary players, those cards are going to go up, up, up. People are going to want to watch those or collect those, and game over. So I think about that all the time. I'm like, shoot, I wish a company would figure out how to take this footage and make it high definition and look like the games look on TV now. You know what I mean? You know, how awesome that would be if we watched Magic Johnson and Larry Bird battle it out, or you know, Barry Bonds and Ken Griffey Jr. battle it out, or McGuire and Sosa in high definition. So awesome. That's in the future, guys. It's only getting better and better with technology, so I can see that happening. And then the future generations watching that, and you know, at bars and stuff, they can have that playing at bars. They don't have to be playing modern games. Who knows? Maybe the sports is going to come to an end anyway. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but you know, it's all speculation right now. I'm just foreseeing like the future and vintage games being played in high definition, and guys wanting to collect those Hall of Fame players again. So, like I said, who Juan Gonzalez was I talking about? Yeah, man, he was awesome to watch at bat. Okay, so his cards could go up. Who knows though? Toa Hang, what's up, man? PSA collector of the real MVP. Use your graphic design skills and redesign the SGC slab. The Horde T-shirt. That's a great idea. The Horde. How would I design that? I might have to pay someone to do that. I'm not that kind of creative. But you said redesign the SGC slab. That's tough. That's tough, man. That's an interesting topic, though. Maybe we should. I mean, well, I wonder what SGC would think about that. Like, what's wrong with our labels now, guys? You don't like it now? I mean, I kind of like it. I just like it's kind of dark and it's hard to read. PSAs are like bright white. They have that reflective lighthouse. It's like night and day. I think the SGC is just hard to read. So I would start with brightening up the paper and making the font more legible from a distance, and adding some color maybe. Like PSA has the red line. Beckett has, they have the gold labels, the silver labels, and the white labels. SGC has all white, and then they have the gold border. So I don't know, man. What I would do if I were them, I mean, they already redesigned it, so it's kind of sad. Not sad, but it's kind of funny that people are still complaining about it, because, I mean, from what it was, it's better than what it was now. However, people still aren't happy with it. Yet a lot of guys out there are complaining about the PSA and Beckett label. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure what we could do with the SGC design or what they should do. But it would be interesting to do and make like an Instagram post about it and share it. And maybe SGC would consider it. However, I don't think they would change their design. That's interesting, Toa. You're a graphic designer. I'd like to see your ideas. What do you think the label should look like? Don't drink disinfectant. No, Scotto. Jose Canseco. Oh, man. I was looking at his cards the other day. That's a tough one, guys. I want Jose Canseco cards to be valuable. However, man, just like Juan Gonzalez and Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa and even Barry Bonds a little bit. Like, however, Barry Bonds is like, he's like over here, and the steroid era guys are like over here in their own circle. Barry Bonds is he's hanging around the circle. However, he's not really inside the circle. So I think the Jose Canseco, Sammy Sosa, Mark McGuire, I don't know, guys. I'm going to be 36 years old in November this year. So if guys my age are coming back into the hobby, what cards are they going to want? They're going to want the Jose Canseco, the Mark McGuire, Ken Griffey Jr., Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, Juan Gonzalez, all those cards that we grew up watching and listening to. They're going to want those cards, right? So are they going to not want those cards when they realize that they're not valuable? I don't know. That's kind of the reason I don't buy them. However, I've been slowly changing my mind and realizing, you know what? I think it would be awesome to have a PSA 10 Jose Canseco, PSA 10 Mark McGuire, PSA 10, rookie cards. not base tops. Like obviously you want to go for the more limited print runs, the Topps Tiffany or the Fleer Glossy, the Score Glossy, or even the OPG, those rookie cards. So I just think it's crazy that the baseball cards aren't as valuable. And I'm preaching all the time that to buy Hall of Fame players, but also, guys, legendary players. And I think Jose Canseco is a legendary player because of the, I guess, the ring that they're all in together, where they took steroids and they were just monsters hitting little balls out of the park. And that's honestly what made baseball exciting again, is because they had these monsters at the plate smashing the balls out of the park. And then when it got discovered that they were using PEDs, then they lost all respect and it went out the window, and their performance no longer mattered. So I don't know. I think Jose Canseco and all them guys, I would like to buy their cards just to have them, and they're part of my childhood, and I know that they're a part of a lot of guys' childhood. So, just for fun, just for collecting for fun, and not necessarily investing. Yeah, so I'll keep a lookout for that design on my IG or Facebook. No, Alex, I don't flip. Like it's hard for me to sell cards. Like my cards, it's hard for me to sell them. So I'm buying with the thought to hold on to them and collect and hold on to them, and Now sometimes I'll buy like the Luka and the Trey. I will buy a bunch because I have a feeling that they're going to go up, and I'll sell a couple if I need to, or if I wanted to get more money to put back in the hobby. However, I'm still going to hold on to the majority of them. So I don't flip. I buy to collect and also to invest. So I'm buying for long term. Yeah, Jose Canseco, he does live in Vegas. Chipper Jones, guys, yeah, he's legendary in Atlanta, that's for sure. He's a legendary in Atlanta. Do I think PSA will ever, I thought about that, implement a 9.5? That's tough. SGC does it, and SGC 9.5s they sell high because people think that they're mint or gem mint because of BGS 9.5. That was a very smart marketing tactic on their end. However, the SGC 9.5 is only a mint card, right? Yeah, it's only a mint. So PSA, if they do it, if PSA creates a 9.5 label, is that card going to be a gem mint or is it going to be a mint plus? I think they cut it off for a reason. I don't think PSA is going to come out with it. I don't think they're going to change their scale at all. There's no reason to. I think they're safe at a 9 because that 9 people know it's a mint, and that's no question. And then the 10 gem mint, no question about it. And that's where it gets confusing with SGC and Beckett. Like an SGC 9.5 case, I've seen outsell a PSA 9 case, but they're both mint cards. So I just think SGC did that for a marketing tactic to maybe confuse people to think that they're gem mint cards when they're not. They're mint. So I don't know. I don't think PSA is going to change it, and we'll see. Beckett might do something with their grading scale. It's already so confusing and so not confusing, but it's so diverse. Not diverse either. What's the word I'm looking for? Just too many options. Like the black label case. Like if PSA created a black label case, game over, guys. Like what? Could you imagine what a PSA 10 black label case would go for? Surely it will outsell a BGS black label case. SGC 9.5 is mint plus. Yep. Okay. So there is no mint plus there for PSA. It's just a mint. Now there's a near mint to mint plus 8.5. However, PSA cut it off at it's either a mint or it's a gem mint. So there's no PSA 9.5. You sent a $1 offer on my Tom Brady. I'll counter your $1 offer with $2. Seems like you spend around $1,000 or so a month. Well, I try to spend no more than 500. However, sometimes I'll sell cards and I'll use that money to buy more stuff. So I don't know. It's tough to tell. My budget is $500 per month, not including profit or revenue from cards sold. Favorite Key and Peele skit, man. God Almighty. Some of my, like, whenever I want to relax on Fridays, I go get me a Voodoo Ranger IPA 9%, and I just start watching Key and Peele skits, dude, on YouTube. There's so many skits. That one where the grandma, his mom was rapping, and he had the crusty socks. That one had me dying, dude. When he's talking about, and then they do the noise. That one had me. I love the noise skit. But yeah, I love Key and Peele. All their stuff is just fire funny, dude. They are two of the most funniest guys I've ever seen or watched on YouTube. I never see them in person. All right, guys. I want to thank y'all for hanging out with me. Dak Optics, yep. Dak has been up and down since day one. So I've been keeping my eye out for him, buying low, very low, because just like Josh Dobbs, guys, I had expectations for Dobbs and I didn't pan out. I'm having expectations for Dak. So I buy very low and don't expect much on return, because Dak Prescott, guys, he's just, since day one, he's been fighting for his job. I feel bad for the man because he should be injured by now. He has done so many more aerobatics on the field than any other quarterback, and he hasn't missed a game yet. He has not missed a game that I know of since he became starting quarterback. Dak Prescott, guys, when you see something like that, the passion and the drive and the motivation to be the best, that's when I'm like, okay, I'm going to start buying up his cards, because this guy cannot get hurt and he's not giving up. So I like that about players, and that's why I like buying his card, because he is ruthless, guys. Dak Prescott is ruthless. So that's why I like watching. I'm not a Cowboys fan by any means. I like the players. I'm a player fan. So I like Patrick Mahomes. I like Dak Prescott. Other quarterbacks I like. It's a tough call. I'm not really thinking of anybody right now. Drew Brees, obviously. Some Tom Brady if I see my good deals. But yeah, it takes a lot for me to want to invest in football players, really, because it's just, the market's so hard. It's so up and down. It's not like steady. The snitch one was funny too on the Key and Peele. Yeah, the optics, man. The Dak optics are going up. Yeah, if Andy Dalton starts, man, can you imagine how Dak's gonna feel? I would be livid if they just brought in, what do they call him, the Red Cannon, or Skip and Bayless, or they call them all different kinds of names. Skip Bayless, that's what his name, not Skip. Shannon and Skip. Skip Bayless wants Dak to play. I agree. I think Dak should at least start the season, and if he's not performing, then yeah, give Andy Dalton a chance. I think Andy Dalton's a great quarterback. So I'm excited to see what happens there. Joe Montana, yep, I've been buying up 1986 Joe Montana Topps cards, PSA 9s. I bought a couple in the past. I like Joe Montana stuff. Higher grade stuff. Red Rifle, yeah, that's what it is. What did I say, Red Cannon? Red Rifle. Russell Wilson, another great great option, guys. He's also fighting, and he's relentless. What is my opinion investing in auto cards versus non-auto? If you can afford autograph cards, buy those. If not, then buy the non-autos. I would, yeah. Autographs are autographs. Now, the on-card autographs, those are obviously better than the sticker. However, sometimes you have no choice but to buy the sticker autos. So, if you can afford the autographs, pick those up because they are worth more. So, a base... Oh, no. Okay, let's say a refractor, a Topps Chrome refractor rookie card versus a Topps Chrome autograph refractor card. Yeah, the autograph refractor is worth a lot more. So if you can afford the auto, pick that up. Depending on the player, sometimes, and the market, sometimes they're overpriced and sometimes they're underpriced. I play it safe and just buy low. Refractors are, great investments across the board. Stick with the refractors. You can't go wrong. Especially the earlier stuff. They're rare, man. The 1996 Topps Chrome refractors, very rare. 97, 98, I think even. They're rare. It's tough to say my thoughts on any player right now in the NBA because they're not playing, and I've been watching a lot of reruns and old hype videos, but it's tough to call, guys. I just do what I do and what was doing before, buying the Luka cards and some Trae Young. Dabbling in with other players like John Collins, Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, and Anthony Davis, LeBron James, obviously. But it's hard to say because the season's not active right now, so I wish it was. Yeah, guys. Okay, I'm going to end this here, and I'm going to come back live tomorrow. I'm going to shoot around 1 o'clock like I did today, and we're going to open up either another box. Whoa, got the Jordans on top. Another box of the basketball or an 88 OPG baseball. I've had this box for forever, and I'm finally going to open it. It's OPG, guys. I'm hoping to pull Barry Bonds. So I'll be back tomorrow at 1 o'clock, and we're going to open up another archives or this baseball box, and I'll have you guys vote. If it goes anything like today, it's going to be the other archives box. All right. So thank you all for hanging out with me and watching and helping me through this first live stream break. I'm glad you guys were active, asked a lot of questions, and yeah, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I'll see y'all tomorrow. If you're here, I'll be here at 1 o'clock. Okay, 1 o'clock sharp.